St. Dymphna's Hospital. The email was cryptic, riddled with misspellings and a chilling sense of urgency. It came from an anonymous address, the sender claiming to be a former patient of St. Dymphna's Hospital, a long-abandoned institution on the outskirts of Sofia. The message spoke of disappearances, of patients vanishing without a trace, of a malevolent presence lurking within the hospital's decaying walls. For seasoned journalists Elena Petrova and Damian Ivanov, it was a story too intriguing to ignore. Elena, a pragmatic skeptic with a nose for truth, saw a potential expose. Damian, a more sensitive and intuitive writer, felt a growing unease, a sense of something truly sinister lurking beneath the surface. They drove to St. Dymphna's under the oppressive weight of a grey Bulgarian sky. The hospital was a crumbling monolith of Gothic architecture, its windows like vacant eyes staring out at the world. The air hung heavy with the scent of decay and disinfectant, a haunting reminder of its past. Inside, the hospital was a labyrinth of decaying corridors, peeling paint, and rusted medical equipment. Shadows danced in the periphery of their vision, and a chilling silence was broken only by the occasional creak of the floorboards and the whisper of the wind through shattered windows. As they delved deeper into the hospital's dark heart, they found evidence of the disappearances. Abandoned wheelchairs, scattered belongings, and half-finished meals spoke of lives abruptly interrupted. They interviewed former staff in nearby towns, who spoke of strange occurrences, unexplained deaths, and a growing sense of dread that had permeated the hospital in its final years. One former nurse, her eyes filled with a lingering fear, recounted tales of a particularly troubled patient, a young woman named Anya, who had died under mysterious circumstances centuries ago. She was said to have roamed the halls, searching for a way to escape her eternal confinement. Elena, ever the skeptic, dismissed it as superstition. Damian, however, felt a growing certainty that Anya was somehow connected to the disappearances. He sensed her presence in the hospital, a cold, malevolent energy that grew stronger with each passing hour. They reached the abandoned psychiatric ward, a place of padded cells and rusted restraints. The air here was thick with the stench of madness and despair. In one cell, Damian found a series of disturbing drawings, depicting twisted figures and shadowy entities. Suddenly, a cold gust of wind swept through the ward, and the temperature plummeted. A faint whisper echoed through the corridor, growing louder, more insistent, until it coalesced into a voice, a woman's voice, filled with a chilling sorrow and rage. "You have come to join us," the voice hissed. The shadows in the ward deepened, coalescing into grotesque figures. The drawings on the wall came to life, the twisted figures reaching out to them. Elena, finally confronted with the undeniable supernatural, screamed. Damian, however, felt a strange pull, a sense of connection to the voice. He realized, with a horrifying certainty, that the email hadn't been a plea for help, but a lure. Anya's spirit, trapped in the hospital for centuries, was using them to attract more victims, to feed on their life force and perpetuate her own existence. Elena was attacked by the shadowy figures, her screams echoing through the ward. Damian, paralyzed by a mixture of fear and a growing understanding of Anya's plan, watched in horror as she was consumed by the darkness. Anya's voice filled his mind, seductive and terrifying. "Stay," she whispered. "Write of what you have seen. Tell the world of St. Dymphna's. Bring them to me." Damian, realizing the horrifying truth, understood his purpose. He was meant to be a conduit, a scribe for Anya's evil, his words a siren's call to lure more unsuspecting souls to their doom. He was to become the hospital's herald, ensuring its dark legacy continued. He fled the hospital, the image of Elena's terrified face burned into his memory, Anya's whispers echoing in his mind. He wrote his account, a chilling testament to the horrors of St. Dymphna's, knowing that his words would draw others to the hospital, perpetuating the cycle of death and despair, forever bound to Anya's malevolent will.